The atmosphere inside the Rams facility has shifted noticeably this week as the front office navigates a series of critical decisions. I have been speaking with sources close to the organization about the personnel moves currently in motion, and it is clear that we are at a turning point for the roster. We are tracking three major developments that could redefine the team's identity heading into the next stretch of the season. From roster integrity to long-term strategic planning, let us break down what is happening behind closed doors.
Puka Nacua is making headlines today as the Rams coaching staff manages his return to the field with extreme caution. The young wide receiver has become the heartbeat of this passing attack, and his absence has been felt in every facet of the game plan. When you look at the tactical makeup of this offense, the ability of Puka Nacua to find soft spots in zone coverage is unparalleled. He is not just a target, he is a chess piece that Sean McVay uses to manipulate defensive leverage, forcing opponents to commit extra resources toward his side of the field. This creates a ripple effect that opens up opportunities for everyone else. The current situation revolves around his recovery timeline and the team's desire to ensure that when he does return, he is operating at full capacity. Analysts often point to the high volume of targets he commands, but it is his route-running precision that truly separates him from his peers. During practice observations, there is a clear emphasis on his conditioning and his ability to execute high-impact cuts without restriction. From a salary cap and roster construction standpoint, having a player of his caliber producing on a rookie contract remains one of the greatest assets the Rams have utilized in recent years. It allows General Manager Les Snead the financial flexibility to address other areas of concern on the defensive front while maintaining an elite offensive core. The emotional impact on the fan base cannot be overstated, as supporters have grown deeply attached to his underdog story and his explosive playmaking ability. There is an underlying tension regarding how quickly he can reclaim his rhythm, especially given the complex nature of his injury history. The coaching staff has been careful to avoid any public pronouncements that could set a definitive date, preferring to let the medical staff dictate the pace. This conservative approach is consistent with the team's philosophy of prioritizing long-term health over immediate short-term gains. If the team can weather this stretch, the return of Puka Nacua could provide the exact spark needed to solidify their position in the division standings. We are looking at a scenario where his integration back into the rotation is not just about his individual stats, but about restoring the balance of the entire scheme. Watching him navigate this recovery process provides a window into the professional culture fostered within this building. Every drill he participates in is monitored with precision, ensuring that his acceleration and lateral quickness are back to their baseline levels. As we move forward, the focus will remain on his workload management during individual drills. This situation is the primary concern for the coaching staff as they evaluate their options for the upcoming rotation. With his return on the horizon, the team is actively adjusting their personnel packages to better support his specific skill set upon his eventual full-scale arrival back to the active starting lineup. This is a critical development for the offense moving forward.
If you are enjoying this deep dive into the Rams' current roster situation, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep bringing you these insider updates directly from the source. Kyren Williams is currently under the microscope as the Rams evaluate their rushing efficiency and the overall balance of the offensive game plan. The evolution of the running game has been a major point of discussion in the film room, particularly regarding how the offensive line adjusts to changing defensive fronts. Kyren Williams has proven to be a vital component of this scheme, possessing a unique ability to read block development and find seams that are not immediately apparent to the naked eye. His vision behind the line of scrimmage is what sets him apart, allowing the team to maintain offensive continuity even when facing stacked boxes. From a tactical perspective, the coaching staff is looking to maximize his output while keeping his snap count sustainable over the course of a long NFL season. This is a delicate balance, as his role extends beyond just running the ball. He is also a crucial asset in pass protection and as a checkdown option in the flat. The analytics suggest that when he is hitting the edge, the entire offensive rhythm improves, which in turn helps the quarterback operate from a cleaner pocket. During my conversations at the facility, there has been a recurring theme about the importance of establishing a physical presence early in the game to set up the play-action pass, which is a staple of this offensive philosophy. Kyren Williams represents the ideal fit for this system because of his versatility and his high football IQ. He understands the nuances of the blocking schemes and can adjust his pace to allow his linemen to engage their targets. The emotional investment from the fans is high, as his rise from a draft selection with questions about his long-term viability to a starting workhorse has been a genuine success story for the organization. As we look at the upcoming schedule, the team knows they need to rely on his production to take pressure off the passing game, especially in high-leverage situations. The scouting report on him has evolved, with defenses now game planning specifically to contain his lateral movement.
This puts even more pressure on the offensive line to create initial movement. We are closely monitoring how the staff integrates other backs into the rotation to keep him fresh for the final quarter of the season. His performance in short yardage scenarios has also been a focus, as the team looks to improve their efficiency inside the red zone. The strategic evaluation of his usage is ongoing, with coaches emphasizing the need for him to stay involved in all 3 downs. It is this level of commitment to his development that keeps the offense competitive despite the various challenges faced during the year. As the team prepares for their next opponent, the primary goal remains to unlock his full potential within the new wrinkles of the playbook. The team continues to rely on his consistency to anchor the offensive effort throughout every game.
Cooper Kupp is defining what it means to be a locker room leader during this challenging stretch of the season. His role has transcended his statistical output, as he has become the primary mentor for the younger players on the roster who are navigating their first few years in the league. When you talk to people within the building, the consensus is that the presence of Cooper Kupp provides a sense of stability that is hard to quantify on a stat sheet. His understanding of the defensive concepts and his ability to communicate those reads to his teammates during the heat of the game is essentially like having another coach on the field. This veteran perspective is crucial, especially when the team is dealing with moving parts in the personnel groupings. From an insider perspective, the way he prepares for games is legendary, and he is now passing those habits down to the rest of the wide receiver room. The team is currently in a phase where they are trying to integrate several new faces into the rotation, and the guidance he provides is a major reason why that process has been smoother than expected. Analysts have noted that even as his role evolves, his efficiency remains at an elite level, particularly on third down conversions, where he remains the most trusted option. The emotional impact of having such a dedicated professional as the face of the offense is massive for the morale of the team. Fans recognize the sacrifices he has made to stay on the field and continue producing at a high level. Looking ahead, the front office is likely considering how his contract and his future trajectory fit into the long-term plan for the franchise. It is a balancing act of respecting his legacy while ensuring the team has the necessary resources to continue building. His influence extends into the practice sessions, where he is often seen working with younger players on their release techniques and route stems. This hands-on approach is exactly what the coaching staff wants to see. As we analyze the team's offensive potential, the synergy between him and the rest of the core remains the baseline for success. There is an ongoing evaluation of how the scheme can better utilize his experience to exploit specific defensive vulnerabilities. The team is also aware that his physical endurance will be tested in the coming weeks, so they are being calculated with his practice reps. Every decision regarding his workload is made with an eye toward the postseason, as the goal is to have him at his absolute best when the games matter the most. The collective belief is that as long as he is on the field, the team has a legitimate chance to move the ball against any defense. It is clear that his commitment to the organization remains ironclad as they push toward their ultimate goals.
It is a fascinating time to be covering this team, as the convergence of veteran leadership and emerging talent creates a complex dynamic that we will be watching closely. The path forward is not without its hurdles, but the strategic foundation remains solid. What do you think about the current direction of the roster? Should the team be more aggressive in their personnel management, or is the current path the right one? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insider updates.